So dude, finally I watched Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey, and I just came back after watching it at the Lux. And what an experience, man. What an experience. I won't spoil the story for you here, but honestly, after watching Odyssey today, I understood what IMAX actually means. Now, yes, here in India actual IMAX doesn't exist, but I experienced this film in the best possible IMAX option I had. And now I understand that IMAX is not just good picture quality, a bigger screen, expensive popcorn. Rather, watching this kind of film in IMAX means you reduce your awareness that you are sitting in a theater watching a movie, and you can actually feel the film, which I felt today. Now, before talking about the film, let's learn a bit about its story in layman's terms, and yes, without any spoilers. If I explain it to you in simple words. There is a man named Odysseus, who, after the Trojan War, now has to go home where his wife, son, and an entire kingdom are waiting for him. But the gods didn't want him to return home without atoning for his sins, and in that very homecoming, he has to face gods, mythical monsters, and trials that make him aware of his humanity. And in the background, in his home kingdom, because of his absence, regime change, and all the scheming to snatch his wife and son away from him is being played out. And the movie explains this thought. Beyond this, you should experience the details by watching the movie yourself, because in this kind of religious retellings, there is no singular meaning and no singular symbolism, and Nolan has kept this in mind. Christopher Nolan has given each event, scandal, and tragedy its own moment. You can feel those pauses, that after every poetic paragraph, its understanding is hidden in its nuances. And Nolan's lens successfully manages to show that. But even bigger than that, since the movie is shot entirely in IMAX, you feel that yes, you are watching a spectacle. I mean, I would say that after watching Dune 2, now I felt like yes, I am watching a very epic spectacle movie. And the makers have completely squeezed out the epicness of this film. Whether it's the stormy voyages of the ships or the bow string sound, everything contributes towards the spectacle of this film. And watching it, you get a feeling like you are feeling this movie. Now, apart from this, if I talk about the beginning of the movie, the first half felt just okay to me. But then when it starts picking itself up at its second half, and the climax they've delivered, it's so satisfying that it reminds you of Nolan's Dark Knight days, when the gravity of action and the impact of drama, both are so beautifully balanced in the same situation. I mean, the choreography, the balance, and the drama after that, it feels so fit in, it feels so beautiful. Too good, brother, you'll experience it and you'll understand that it's so grounded, brutal, and meaningful at the same time. The movie has many such grounded yet heavy action set pieces. Like, of course, my favorite climax is there, but apart from that, that joint Silver Soldier sequence where the whole jungle reorders itself, and that was a very unique and sharp take, making the surroundings seem horrifying. And apart from that, yes, the Cyclops moment, yes, it's all very interesting, and from there you can understand where the direction is going. It was a very variant part of the movie. Now beyond this, the best performance Matt Damon has given in the movie is that moment of Odysseus and the sirens. You can just feel the depression, the sadness, and that face, what dreams and sirens actually mean. It was so depressing and so meaningful at the same time that you won't even want to listen to it. And there, in that moment without sound, playing on Matt Damon's acting on a technical level, the movie peaked itself. That moment was too iconic. Along with that, Tom Holland's performance in this movie was also quite well done. There were a few moments that make you smirk a little, like they created a bit of a cheeky lad-type moment. But yes, if you look at it understanding the role, a person understands where his place is in this film, and he doesn't cross that boundary. And at the same time, Anne Hathaway in the movie, I mean man, She is a goddess. That slight shade of subtlety in her emotions, that woman can never do bad acting. Every undertone is built incredibly. And at that point, I would say that Lupita and John Bernthal have been typecast for similar performances, which you feel in the essence of that typecast. They aren't bad, but you understand that they are not contributing something very extraordinary, and we have seen this kind of performance before. But that and Hathaway, what flower does that woman eat? I mean, so amazing, in the same frame the hero and she both exist, and she holds more aura than the hero. She is given that level of acting. Apart from that, Robert Pattinson is on a generational run. Brother, the guy is just too comfortable, too iconic, and wickedness drips from his face. But obviously the best part of the movie was Matt Damon. If this guy takes home a bunch of awards, I won't be surprised at all. Now, apart from this, if we talk about a few downsides of this film, yes, the dialogues don't always feel culturally authentic, and that thing keeps toggling on and off, like the moments between father and dad, which gets felt quite a lot, and it definitely creates a bit of a detachment, because in this kind of past-set movie you would want to feel authenticity. And its first half, for a moment, I also felt like there's a bit too much blabbering going on, just like in Netflix content where you get to hear more dialogues. But then when they gradually start moving forward through visual storytelling and start catching the vibe, then the movie tells you, yes, this is why Christopher Nolan is called Nolan. Like, you can feel it, when that witch moment comes in the movie, that whole sequence, that body horror, it's fun. There are a lot of horror moments in the movie which personally didn't scare me too much, but yes, they will be enough to make a layman or a new person uneasy. Now besides this, as far as the talk about race swap and colorblind casting in the movie is concerned, yes brother, it does feel a bit weird here, how everyone is being shown in such an inclusive way, because Asians, blacks, Caucasians, Mexicans, the differences are visually evident among all. And this difference, this cultural diversity, is only regarding the main cast. If you look at the background actors, and that cultural authenticity in the background, you won't feel that diversity anywhere else, because you also understand a little that they have to show diversity for awards and all. But yes, authenticity definitely reduces a bit. And if you even know a bit of history, you would understand how, because human beings look different from one another, people used to get so egotistical about segregation, and how they used to behave with one another in the past. It's better if we don't even talk about that. But anyway, overall, Nolan's The Odyssey shouldn't be taken as a history lesson by heart. The movie is a retelling by a private author, and Nolan has retold that retelling in a retelling style. So the actual context of this whole poetic stuff probably disappeared a long time ago. So, from an entertainment perspective, this is a perfection movie. I had a lot of fun. I was very engrossed, and after a long time, in a Nolan movie, I could actually care, and towards the end, I felt like, yes, I am rooting for this. And this thing wasn't felt in Tenet, which now makes me feel, yes, Nolan is again doing all the same things he is known for. It was great to see that it was a grounded spectacle, which is very difficult to replicate on such a large level. Besides, I liked it a lot, I enjoyed it a lot, the movie feels very, very good, and yes, I will say it's another cultural landmark movie by Nolan that I enjoyed a lot. Now everyone should watch it.